So you're flying along in an airplane and the aircraft is banking left and right, but you don't see the ailerons moving. Why not? So for those who don't know, ailerons are control surfaces that are at the very edges of the wings on the trailing edge, and we use them to bank the aircraft left or right. We do so by using them to increase lift on the side of the wing that we want to go up, and decrease lift on the wing that goes down. That banks the aircraft, and now the lift that the wing is generating, instead of just going all the way up to keep the plane up, is now diverted a little bit to the side, and it pulls the aircraft sideways, and that's how we turn an airplane. But to help increase the lift on one side and decrease on the other, the ailerons are actually going to move opposite to each other. So if one goes up, the other one goes down. The one that goes up is decreasing lift on the wing. The other one that goes down is increasing lift and causing it to roll in the direction we want it to go. A great example of the aileron working is this video right here. You can see how the trailing edge of the aileron, you can see it going up and going down as this Airbus is turning. Now what you have on some airliners, most airliners actually, is a combination of aileron and what's called spoileron. Spoilerons are these panels that pop up on the top of the wing and they spoil lift. So instead of increasing lift on one side, we could just spoil lift on the other, and that will cause the aircraft to turn as well. Most airliners today have a combination. When the pilot turns the control yoke, it'll be a combination of aileron and spoileron, or sometimes just spoileron. But there's even more. On aircraft with incredibly large wingspans, talking about the jumbo jets now, the 777, Boeing 787, 747, you're going to have two sets of ailerons on each wing. You're going to have the outboard set of ailerons, which are activated and used when we are flying at slow speeds. And then you're going to have the inboard ailerons. The inboard ailerons are activated all the time, but the outboard ailerons will actually be deactivated once the aircraft passes a certain speed. Why is that? Because just like a teeter-totter, the further away you get from the fulcrum, the more force it has. On these long wingspan aircraft, the faster it goes. That little aileron on the very tip of the wing has a lot of force. So they disable it, and once you're at cruise speed, the only thing that's moving is the inboard aileron up and down, as you can see in this video right here. This is a 787 landing, and you can see that inboard aileron working really hard in conjunction with the spoilerons and the aileron on the tip of the wing. So it's possible that while you were banking, while you were looking out your window, there were either spoilerons working on the other wing, or you were looking at the outboard aileron and not the inboard one. That's my guess, but hopefully that explains some of it. If you got more questions, post in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you on board.